I started out as a teller in a credit union. I'd been a teller at a bank in previous years, but never for a credit union. Didn't quite know what that was about, but learned rather quickly. It was when there were no computers and had to handwrite receipts. The first big mistake that I made was finding out that at this credit union you could not commingle the cash that you took in for deposits. And so I go to balance and I'm short several $1,000s and got the attention of everyone there. When we found out that I had been commingling that cash with my cash drawer, I don't think anyone thought it was as funny as I did at the time, but we got past it. I learned quickly. Well, I did have an opportunity early in my career. A small credit union needed a manager, but they had very little compensation to offer and absolutely no benefits, including no paid vacation. It was the manager and a part-time individual. There were 750 members, and the branch was in a little lean-to shack by the guard, and didn't have even any type of facilities to use. I had to wait till the phone stopped ringing and members weren't coming in the door to lock up, put a little note on the door saying I'll be back in 5 minutes. My very first credit union job, that was the job where it was myself and a part-time person, and it was at a manufacturing plant, and those were the days when the plant would shut down for 2 weeks at Christmas. But I had year-end to do. And this was the same credit union that had the switchboard. I could not make a phone call. And that was before cell phones. And even though the song says it doesn't rain in Southern California, all of the rain hit that day. It was just coming down buckets, and I had to go to a payphone across the parking lot to call the core system support that was in Salt Lake City, Utah, to walk me through how to do year-end. I had started my job on October 19th, 1987, Black Monday, and here it was the end of December, and I'm trying to figure out how to do year-end. And I got the job done, and that's always been sort of in the back of my mind saying, remember 1987? You did it then, don't let it stop you now. And that's really been motivating for me to say there is an answer, keep looking for it. What we've done here at Heritage is really built our reputation for giving back to the community. It's really nice when community agencies or charities or organizations call and say, would your sea of red like to participate in what we're trying to accomplish? Because we all wear our red People Helping People t-shirts, and it's not just a sprinkling. We usually show up in mass with our sea of red t-shirts. Every Monday morning we do what we call Communicate at 8:08. And it is a phone conference call that all employees of the credit union can sit in on. We have the executives update them. It's either with results of a loan campaign or whatever, campaign du jour. But once we're done with our updates, then we allow the employees to come on the line, tell us a success story. What did you do for a member? My dad's not around anymore, but he was a farmer. And as an adult, I was looking at, here's the credit union, here's these numbers, here's where I know if I'm doing good or bad. And I finally looked at Dad and I said, you're a farmer. How do you know when you've done a good job? And he said, well, if I can turn around in my tractor seat and see that I've planted straight rows, I think I've done a good job. And at the time, I thought, well, what kind of answer is that, you know? And then I realized later the wisdom in what he was telling me is you want to look back and be proud of where you've been. And I think that this credit union industry has allowed me to have a career like that. I may not be on a tractor, but I like being able to turn around and see that, you know, the rows are planted straight, and the produce from all of that is positive.